Hello and welcome to the Oasis 13 podcast. Welcome. It's your host, Imani. What's up? How y'all doing today? I hope everybody had a lovely week. I had one of the busiest weeks of 2021, but it was a good busy because it was like a foresee into the future of Imani. Keep going. You keep doing this. You're going to keep growing. You're going to keep elevating. All right. And I'm with it. I feel it. I receive it. Thank you, God. Okay. So, anyways, enough of the small talk. Let's get into what we are talking about today. And what we're talking about today is parents. Okay. Our parents. Um, what got me into want to talk about this is I started binge watching A Different World. Now, I've seen it many times, but I've started binge watching it again. And if you don't know about A Different World, it's basically a showcase of HBCU experience, college life, and it's an amazing show. It's on Amazon Prime. As far as I know, I don't really know the other streaming platforms it's on, but it is on Amazon Prime if you're interested. Um, but yeah, so I started binge watching it again, and I came into an episode where Whitley's mom came to visit her on campus, right? And basically, the whole episode, Whitley's mom was trying to set her up with an eligible bachelor. She feels like Whitley should be married. Her mom is of a generation where you get married, younger, or, basically that's what you come to college for, is to find a husband, you know. Um, so Whitley felt that pressure and she knew that's what her mom expected of her. So basically that what was going on the whole show. Her mom was just trying to set her up with somebody. And by the end of the episode, Whitley was over it. You know, by the end of the episode, they was at this party. Her mom was trying to tell her to fix herself up. She needed to go over there and talk to such and such. And Whitley was over it. So she walked out of the party, right? And when she walked out of the party, she went back to her dorm. And everybody else was in the dorm. Ron, Freddie, and Dwayne, if you're familiar with the show. They was in the dorm playing cards, right? And then they like, yo, Willie, where your mom? What her? She's fly, whatever, bigging the mom up. And Whitley was like, if you like her, you can have her. Okay. And it's just funny because after she said that, right, basically everybody went into their own stories of the things that they don't like about their mothers. Now, from how they're explaining it, they all have completely different mothers, but they all go into how they don't like something that they don't like about their mothers. Each one. Ron says, "Okay, my mom, she was real cunning. You know, she used to get him. He didn't even know it." Dwayne says his mom always try to show him off. Oh, look at my baby. He's so smart. And that got annoying to him. And then Freddie was like, "Well, me and my mom, we were more like friends." And but then she's like, "Well, she didn't really set any boundaries or rules for me, and I kind of wish she did." So it's just funny. It was funny hearing that clip specifically because it's like literally everybody has different mothers and all of them are literally saying, but I wish mine was different, like, or mine was different in this area, or or she didn't do that, or she didn't do this, right? And then so after that scene, then Whitley goes up to her room and her mom comes and joins her, and she finally tells her mom how she feels, because in the beginning of the episode, she's basically talking to everybody else about her mom. Because you know how hard it is to talk to your parents because they're your parents. But yeah, so she finally tells her mom exactly how she feels. And, it's television, so it plays out, real nice. She tells her how she feels. The mom is like, oh my God, I thought that I was a good mom. And then they hug and kiss and they go to breakfast the next day. But we know that in real life, maybe there'll be a couple years you won't talk. There'll be some distance, like it's not going to go that smoothly. But at least she told her how she felt, right? So, with all that being said, what I got from the episode and what it made me realize is that no matter who your parents are, there's going to be something that you don't like about them. There's going to be something that you wish is different. And the reason that is because we're humans, not gods. Nobody is a perfect being. No one on this earth is a perfect being because we're living a human experience. And as a human, yes, God is in you, but you are not God all in all. You know what I mean? So I don't care how many times that you say it, I don't care how much you feel it, you're not God all in all. So there are things that you're going to do that are not perfect. It's just that, I mean, that's just what it is. There are things that you are going to do that are not perfect. There are things that your mama's going to do that are not perfect. There are things that your daddy is going to do that are not perfect. And if we look at them in this perfect light, we're going to be disappointed every time because they're humans and they're not. Ouch. Oh my God, my plant just stabbed me. Ah. Okay, back to what we talk about. So yeah, they're not perfect, right? And so let me tell y'all the story about um my little journey to figuring this out, right? So when I was younger, my mom and I, we were very close, very close. My mom and I are very opposite, but that works for us, right? Um, so we were very close, and then, but I saw her in that perfect light. I saw her as like Superwoman. I saw her as like put her on a pedestal. I was like, oh my God, my mom is amazing, and I love her so much. And then I grew up, and I realized, excuse me, that she was human, and I realized that she made mistakes, and I realized that she wasn't perfect. And I'm not like, for real, like it broke my heart. I was like, oh my God, you telling me that my mom is not a superhero? You, you're telling me that she's not perfect. And it took me a long time to comprehend that. I was like, I just don't understand because she's my mom. My mom. I don't care who she is to you. She's my mom. So that means that she's supposed to be perfect, right? So, I grew up, and then when I took myself out of the situation or whatever, my mom's imperfect decisions, how her imperfect decisions affect me, and I took myself out of the whole situation, and I was able to look at it from a bird's eye view. And I was like, wow, yeah, like, yeah, there are some things that my mom does that I don't like, but there are also some things that my mom does that she is amazing at, that she teaches me so much about, that she is the best, you know? But she can't be the best at everything. That's just because she's not God, you know? And so, yeah, I had I came once I came to that realization because when I started to figure that out, I kind of distanced myself from her. So I was just like, no, you're not perfect. I can't even believe, like, how could you even be my mom? Right. So I distanced myself from her. And then when I started to realize that and realize how much that doesn't make sense for me to expect so much out of her, then I was able to just accept her for who she is, herself, and love who she is, and not try to be like, well, yeah, but I wish she was like such and such, or I wish she was like such and such. It doesn't matter because she's not. So either I am going to accept her as she is, or we're going to have a strained relationship for the rest of my life. And that is my mother. Okay. And I choose to love her for who she is, and I accept her for all that she is. And I know that I can't change her, you know? So, yes, that is how I came to that realization. And, if that relates to you on because again, like in the episode, it's just like everyone was bagging on their moms. Like, my mom is like this, I hate it. My mom is like this, I hate it. My mom is like this, I hate it. It doesn't matter. It's like what you want. You want the candy and you want the store and you want the cake and you want to eat it too. Like what you want. You gotta choose something. Like you it's just that's not how the world works. It's not. And it's just like your mama can't be everything, or your daddy can't be everything because we are humans, just like you can't be everything because we are humans. And again, it doesn't matter how much you tell yourself that you are God. Yes, God is in you, and at times, God will work through you, but you are not God, all encompassing in this moment as a human. We gonna leave it there. All right. So yeah, this episode is really to point out that we gotta see our parents as humans and stop trying to make them into these perfect beings because that's so unfair. It's so unfair to anybody, to make anybody out to seem. It's just like when people idolize celebrities. Like celebrities ain't supposed to be humans. Like celebrities don't make mistakes. Like, oh my God, I can't believe such and such would do that. Wasn't you doing the same thing last week? Didn't you do it the same thing a year ago? Yeah, we grow. Are you gonna give people time to grow and learn? The only thing different is yours is not on, you know, for everybody to see. Congratulations. That is such, oh my goodness. I couldn't imagine being a celebrity and having all of my issues out in the open. I could not imagine, right? So it's like we got to give people grace. Our parents, celebrities, but specifically we talking about our parents today. So we got to give our parents grace to be humans and to make mistakes. And I understand that our parents are directly related to us, meaning that the decisions that they make affects us and they have affected us and they do affect us, right? So you're like, well, that's totally different because the celebrity ain't got shit to do with my life. I get that. I do. But again, you can wish and pray and hope and seek and whatever you want to do. But at the end of the day, your parents are your parents. And it does not change. It really doesn't. It is going to stay the same for the rest of your life. So it's your choice of what you want to do with that. I can't, I would never tell anybody what to do because I don't know everybody's situation, right? I know there are some situations where it's like, hey, if so, something happened and it was like that traumatic, I couldn't, I'm not the one. I'm not about to be here and sit here and tell you to get over that. All I'm saying is whatever happened, there are still your parents. So, and I am a believer that we had some, choice or decision in choosing who our parents were going to be on this earth as we came into our human form. I do believe that. So it's like maybe there's a reason that you have the parents that you have, and however you feel about them or the situation or what they've done or who they are as a person, it doesn't change the fact of that they are your parents. And if you want to keep it as that, as just like all they were here to do was bring me into this world and I don't have anything to do with that, hey, that's your choice. But but understand that you could have a parent totally different than the parent that you have now, and there will still be something that you wish was different just because nobody is a perfect being. Nobody's perfect. There are going to be things that you like and dislike about people, including your parents. So, you know, give them a little grace, give them a little understanding, give them a little more love the next time that you see them. Because if your parents are still alive, that's a blessing first, is that there's if they are still alive. That's a blessing in itself, you know? And if you have that blessing, there is still a chance for things to change, you know? So, yeah, that's all I got to say for this episode, you know? I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you gained something, and I hope that you check me out next week and the week after that because we got more good content coming. All right. So that's it for now, y'all. Peace. And please remember that your refuge is in your self healing. So please heal yourself to find your refuge. Okay? Peace.